Greetings, fellow scribes! Welcome back to the archive. This week's discussion is part 2 of my series on Werewolf the Apocalypse. I will be discussing the Garou Nation, its culture, a little bit of overview about its history. This week I was going to talk about the individual tribes, but I realized that would be way beyond the scope of something I could do in a quick 10 to 15 minute video. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing a secondary series in addition to my regular content where I'm going to discuss each tribe individually in their own videos. But for this video, I'm going to be discussing the Garou Nation, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the discussion. To talk about the Garou Nation, you have to talk about their history. And to talk about their history, we have to start at the very beginning. See, way back, Gaia, the living, breathing spirit of the earth, voiced by Whoopi Goldberg, created various shifting species, the changing breeds. Each one was created with a specific role, a specific purpose. The werecats, the Bastet, they were to seek out secrets. The Koraks, the Wereravens, they were to spread news, spread messages, act as Gaia's messengers. The Garou, the Werebears, were Gaia's healers. They even had the ability, through a very special and potent rite, to bring back the dead. That's important. That'll come to play later. And then, last of all, Gaia created the Garou. The Garou were meant to be Gaia's warriors. The ones who would seek out threats and destroy them. Okay, so that's understandable. You have to have a group of warriors. But things get weird later because of this. But one of the first things that the Garou had to deal with was this upstart species. These mostly hairless apes. Humans. The Garou decided that since these things didn't quite fit the natural order, the weak ones were still able to fight. They were able to take on things stronger than them. All this. That the Garou had the job to cull these herds. This was a time called the Impergium. During this time, Garou would kill humans. Target the weak, target the sick, target those that were too smart. And they just killed humans. Because, humans didn't have any natural predators. So the Garou made themselves that role. And then something happened. The humans started forming settlements, then towns, villages. And while they weren't able to really stand up against a Garou, they were better defensively. And from there, During this time, the Weaver started messing with humans, inspiring them to create things, create art, create pottery, all this stuff, farming. And somewhere during this time, the Garou, who up to this point were all exclusively born from wolves, somewhere during this time, Garou started watching. And then some of them learned to take the form of humans. And then some of them had children with humans. And slowly, during this time, after Garou were bred with humans, there was arguments to stop the Impurgium, because you were now killing your own flesh and blood. At least that's how some stories say it. And this eventually ended. But during this time, the terror of what a Garou in its war form would inflict got stuck deep into the collective consciousness of humanity. This leads to a state where whenever a human today sees a Garou in its war form, they freak out. They enter a state of blind fear. Or maybe not blind fear, but their brain rationalizes what they see. No. That can't be an 8-foot-tall, carpeted mass of hairy hate. That's gotta be a guy in a gorilla suit and stilts. And that's stuck with humanity to this day. That becomes important later, but for now, we continue on with history. See, the next thing that comes along in Garou history is what's called the Wars of Rage. And there's many different stories of how it started, but the most common one is the Garou found out about the ritual of the Garou, the rite of fighting the death bear, that would allow a Garou to perform this rite and potentially bring someone back from the dead. And a great Silverfang hero died. And the Silverfangs went to the Garou and said, "Bring this person back." And the Garou refused. And so the Silverfangs reacted with, "Why won't you bring this hero back? He's a great hero." "You're against the Garou. That means you're of the worm." And thus started the Wars of Rage. Other Garou came to defend this Garou. Other changers came to help the Garou. And the Garou just, "Oh, you're helping them? You're of the worm." But at the same time, there was instances where Garou, not understanding what they were seeing, caused them to target a changing breed. The Grondir, the Wereboars, they had a special task. They were tasked with cleansing the land. They had gifts and rituals that allowed them to eat corrupted ground, corrupted soil. Stuff that the worm had made horrific. And process it, cleanse it of the worm taint. And the Garou would see them eating these worm lands without ill effect. And so the Garou decided, if you're able to take in that poison, you must be part of that poison. You are of the worm. And they wiped them out completely. The Apis, the Werewolves, they were Gaia's matchmakers. Like, literally, their job was, Garou, you, if you mate with that kinfolk, you will have a 20% greater chance of producing a Garou. And they were also pacifists. So when the Garou tried to get them to fight, they refused. And so the Garou applied the logic of, you're not going to fight the worm? You must be of the worm. And slaughtered them. And this went on for a long time. Somewhere during the course of the Wars of Rage, the Garou realized, oh crap, this is helping the worm. We kind of need to stop this. They didn't feel bad about doing it. They felt it was justified. But they still realized they were screwing up. By the way, this is where I say the Garou proved themselves to be Gaia's assholes. Yeah. And so, the Wars of Rage end. One group of Garou go over to the Americas. And they seal away everything of the worm there. They don't kill, because most of the stuff over there was really crazy powerful. No, they seal it away. And in Europe, they just kill worm spirits. And beings that are corrupted by the worm, etc., etc. And then we get to the colonization of the New World. The European colonies coming over, and the famous colony of Roanoke. A powerful spirit came along with it. In fact, it's generally considered that what came with the colonists to Roanoke was a fragment of the worm itself. And an entire tribe of Garou, the Croatoan, sacrificed themselves to stop it. And this is why the colony at Roanoke vanished. This is why Croatoan was written on a tree in the colony. But as the Garou came over, more Garou came over, they had the colonial attitudes with them that because they were from civilized lands, they were better than the tribes of Garou in North America. And they knew better how to defend these cairns than the tribes in North America. Because the tribes in North America pretty much left their cairns undefended. They didn't need to be defended because they'd actually gotten rid of the worm in North America. and even in South America, mostly. But the Garou knew better and started taking over these cairns, which did not sit well with the North American tribes. And of course, down in South America, the Garou encountered a changing breed they had not seen during the Wars of Rage. A breed called the Camazots, the Werebats. And there was a misunderstanding. And the Garou, being Gaia's assholes, slaughtered them all. And that's why there's no werebats nowadays. But then, of course, the South America had all their stuff done. The Garou don't really have much of a presence in South America because that's dominated by the Makoli, the were-crocodiles, Gaia's memory, and the several species of the Bastet. They don't have much presence down there. They kind of know better, sort of thing. And then the expansion continued westward. Stuff happened in the American Great Northwest and the American westward expansion. Mostly involving unleashing a horrifically powerful Bane that took 20 years for them to figure out how to stop it and steal it back away. But that's also how they managed to finally make a sort of peace with the North American tribes. But continuing westward, we have Australia. We have the arrival of the Garou in Australia. And there was already a tribe of Garou there. This tribe was called the Bunyip. This tribe did not mate with wolves. They mated with the thylacines, the Tasmanian tigers. No, those are not tigers. They're more of a marsupial canid. But because they had stripes on the rear portion of them, they were called the Tasmanian tiger. And the European Garou arrived. And the Bunyip were strange. The Garou didn't really understand the Bunyip. And then, say it with me now, there was a misunderstanding. Actually, it wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a Garou that had fallen to the worm had framed a Bunyip for killing a Shadow Lord. And these Shadow Lords, being a very vindictive tribe, killed all the Bunyip. And then they realized, oh crap, what have we done? And somewhere in this, finally, the Garou woke up. They realized, hey, we can't keep killing anything that's different anymore because it's helping the worm. It's helping the worm, not hurting it. We've been stupid. Meanwhile, the rest of the changing breeds go, your Gaia's assholes. We don't like you. No matter how much you try to make peace with us, we're gonna hold the Wars of Rage, and all the death and destruction you held and caused against you. And yeah. So, the Garou today, they're like, I'm sorry, Bastet. I didn't mean to slaughter your ancestors. Well, the Bastet's like, yeah. Things are taking a very bad turn for the Garou. But at this point, I have gone longer than I planned to. So, next week, I'm going to talk about the actual Garou culture. And of course, I will be doing my video series on the separate tribes. So if you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe down below. I will see you next week. Until then, remember, have fun and keep gaming.